All right, welcome to episode 87 of the Your School Redux podcast.
I feel like the last one we did was 88.
I may have misremembered, and when I had to go and upload them, they were actually like 85 and 86.
Oh, okay. I've totally done that on the fucking 1080 World.
It's so good to talk to someone who understands this. Yeah, I've done that. It makes sense. How did you lose count, man? You get the fucking 86. You tell me.
We had one. The host referred to the show by the wrong title for the first third.
Well, speaking of 1080 Worlds, I'm gonna try and take a picture later because I am wearing some retro future shit.
Right.
I got the mirror shades. I got a silver fucking jumpsuit. Well, silver top anyway. Hop up of a jumpsuit.
It's very Tom Corbett.
Oh,
Space Patrol.
I had to parse that for a second. Like when you say science fiction and Tom, I think like Tom Swift. I'm like, I would love to see a Tom Swift TV series.
That would be awesome. There was you know about these you know about these comics here? It's a comic series. They took all the Hanna-Barbera cartoons and then like rejiggered. It's like where Sabrina, the witching world of Sabrina came from.
Yeah.
And Riverdale, sort of.
Okay.
They did one for Wacky Races. And it's like this dystopian, like fucking Mad Max race being run by like an evil mastermind. And they all have to participate in it. And they have to cheat, but they're not allowed to kill anyone, because if someone doesn't finish, then the race is immediately over. So it's why they're still like violent, but not just like killing each other.
It's like roller derby.
Yeah.
Well, did you read the Tom Swift novel? Because there was like 4 or 5 different sets of them.
No, I didn't even watch the movie.
There's no movie Tom Swift.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about Rollerball still.
Oh, no. I'm talking about Tom Swift.
Oh.
I was going back. Did you ever read the Tom Swift books, or you know,
No.
you know what they are?
No.
They were a collective author named Victor Appleton, and they were like 1950s, like Tom Sawyer and his big metal blimp or something.
Oh.
And then they relaunched them in the 80s. And they were actually like really fun books in the 80s. And it was all set in space and like, you know, and then like in 2000s they released them. And that wasn't a space set on Earth, but he was like designing skateboards that could fly.
So remember, next time I'm trying to tell you I'm stupid, remember that you were trying to bring up Tom Swift, and I started talking about a cartoon character.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, we just miscommunicated. You went MSTK, and I'm like, well, I remember Tom Corbett, but I don't want to watch MSTK. I was thinking sci-fi, and Tom went Tom Swift. And we just did a history lesson of sci-fi right there. You're getting a lot of mileage out of this podcast, the things you learn. I learned today.
I can't remember what Tom Swift, like if he was Hanna-Barbera Wacky Races, or if he was...
That's not a cartoon. Was it a cartoon?
Yeah, it was a dude. He was a race car driver with a big chin. He was like fucking Jay Leno before Jay Leno.
Maybe there was a Tom Swift cartoon. I'll have to look it up. But cartoons that I had forgotten that I missed,
right.
The Orbots. Orbots.
I vaguely remember the Orbots. I don't really remember that opening robot thrust as well as it
And
seems.
seriously, it was going into a vagina.
Yeah.
Like, I watched that, and like, I think that moment slipped in I was there for a second, I didn't even articulate it. I was just like, that's kind of vaginal.
Right.
And then, like, I stopped thinking about that, and then you're like, and I'm like, yeah, I remember having that thought. Yes, that totally is going to a vagina. And
Giant planetary space vagina. Sure.
but like, so there's not Retro Blasting. It's a Toy Galaxy is a show, and they talk about like old cartoons and old toys on
Nice.
YouTube. And it's, you know, and they talk about Orbots, and I'm like, and it's just this dim memory of like really enjoying the fuck out of this cartoon when I was a kid, and just loving it. And I'm like, is that the one? Did I watch this? Because if you had asked me what the fucking Orbots was, I'd be like, I don't know what the fucking Orbots is.
No.
When I saw a still image, I'm like, I know this show. I love this fucking show as a kid. It was like one of my top 3.
I have to say, I had a similar, not saying, like, because you said Orbots, I was like, no, there's not, I don't know what the fuck that is. So I watched the opening, and I remember the opening, I was like, oh no, I've watched this opening before.
There's episodes, all the episodes are on YouTube.
Huh.
If you watch an episode, it was, because I was watching, when I looked about it, it's a lot like, it's basically a robot version of Bionic 6.
Okay.
Did you ever see Bionic 6?
I don't really remember it.
Well, then that won't help you. But like, apparently they got sued out of existence by like GoBots. but like it wasn't
How
Transformers.
does GoBots have the balls?
Yeah, that was the whole point of Toy Future. They're like, you fucking monstrous fucking hypocrites,
Right.
stealing all kinds of shit from Japan and fucking Transformers, and you're like, hey, let's sue these other people.
Hey, we're the shitty Transformers.
Well, that's fucking projection, right? We're gonna sue you for the thing we do. Anyway, let's turn around. But like it has like 6 robots, and because it only got 6 people instead of like 50 or 60 like the GoBots and Transformers, they all have like distinct personalities and character interactions.
Right.
Like I only watched the first episode, but like there's one like kind of macho like robot,
Right.
and he's trying to date the 2 female robots.
Why were we programmed for love?
and like, you know, then there's like a weird forgetful robot and a robot that eats all the time.
You know, weird forgetful robot's a broken robot. And a broken robot. It's not a, like, hey, this is a quirk. You know, let's fucking fix the robot. That's not even a hard, like, we can do that fix now. My computer's forgetful. I know what to do.
And I was watching, I'm like, okay, this is a good cartoon. And like, I was okay with the first episode. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good.
Right.
And then the second episode came on. I'm like flipping, like, I do it some of those shows. I flip like 2 minutes ahead and just see, because I can't watch the whole fucking thing play out. It's in slow motion. And then like, and then
you have like the 40 seconds of padding for the robots to form up
right.
and shit.
And then it goes, they're fighting a magnetic monster, and this is the greatest part. What we need to do is drop the temperature, because magnetism and electricity don't work when it's extremely cold. Why don't you listen to that? That's the complete opposite. The whole idea of superconductors is that things conduct better when the temperature is very, very low.
Right.
That is the exact, that's not only just not true, it's the exact opposite of the truth. It's like, you could not be more wrong.
It's like, I didn't know the science of it. It seemed like remember cooling this like a really super cold magnet was a thing.
Yeah, no, it is a thing. That in fact is the whole idea of the trains was the idea
Right.
you get these superconductor trains by like it would go and like no, you're wrong. You're so wrong. And I had to stop watching the show. And I'm like, okay, well, we're done with this for today. But so the Orbots has much more character and personality than Transformers and GoBots. But nobody's checking the fucking science. Nobody's like, hey, let's crack a book. Nah, we don't have time. And really, before Google, you can just type shit in.
Right.
But like, it shouldn't be a fucking plot point. Someone, go to the library, break out a physics textbook. Hey, maybe we should just know a thing or two about electricity if we're gonna write a show about robots. God, no.
I don't know, the Orbots strike me as one that had a huge budget.
It was only 13 episodes, but I remember actually though, I would love that show as a kid. Like it was my top like 4.
Right.
And because that was the thing, like I'd watch like 8 cartoons on a Saturday morning, but there was only like 3 or 4 I liked, and then there was other ones you watched to get through the ones you liked. Like, okay, I'll watch the Snorks because I like the Snorks, and then I'll watch the fucking Smurfs. There's nothing to do until Orbots come in. Come on.
Yeah, you gotta plan your Saturday. Sometimes it fuck you because it was before TiVo and shit. And so, like, you have to make a decision between Dungeons and Dragons. Like,
I love that fucking show. Markovania, before you made Gru, or maybe contemporaneously, you were a genius.
I think it was the same time. Almost, yes.
Well, that's why I said maybe contemporaneously.
Yeah.
I threw that in there.
I was trying to, like, do I know? I don't know.
That was.
I shouldn't have picked Dungeons and Dragons. I always would have picked Dungeons and Dragons over everything.
And I don't even know why I love that show. Like, I've tried going back and watching old episodes, and even when I was watching it, it was fucking annoying. But it was Dungeons and Dragons on the screen. Like,
I have actually refused to watch episodes because the G.I. Joe thing just hurt too much. Like, I could have dealt with G.I. Joe if it was just bad, but it was like super bad.
but it was bad when you watched it. Maybe it wasn't super bad when you watched it.
That's the problem. It was super bad when I watched it. I was like, why was I fucking watching this bullshit?
But when you watched it, you knew. Like, didn't you fucking hate watch it?
No, I love fucking Skeletor.
Well, I always rooted for the villains. So I fucking hate watched everything. Because I'm always like, come on, Destro, pull your shit together. He's only one man. You know?
Oh, so you were a Destro loyalist, not a Cobra Commander loyalist?
You can't be a Cobra Commander loyalist. I mean, it was a fucking incompetent.
He was
like
Trumpy, actually.
Yeah, he was. He's actually, yeah, it's very good. He had a cult. He was good. People were drawn to him to do what he said, but he had no idea what to do with it. And he was only propped up by people who knew what the fuck they were doing and hung around him for reasons that could not be explained.
The only thing that's really holding them back is they're thwarting their own goals by fucking manipulating each other.
Well, yeah. Well, that was that was good too. Like they had characters and motivations. Like I don't think Major Blood made it into the cartoon, but like
yeah, he did.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Did he? Okay, because they were like, you know, Major Blood wanted Baroness, Baroness wanted Destro, Destro wanted Baroness, Cobra Commander. No one knew what the fuck he wanted is to take over the Earth for some odd reason.
Yeah, like why? What are you gonna do with control of the Earth? That's a hassle. Like that's a lot of work for a shitty job. I don't know.
I always liked that. Like actually, there are some like science fiction books about. Okay, suppose you would take over the Earth.
Now what?
Now you gotta run it.
Well, I told you did I tell you the Skeletor thing?
What's that?
I think Skeletor had a better plan for Eternia. I think he was the good guy in that fucking cartoon. Because if you look at fucking Eternia, it is a shithole. Like every time they do a panning shot or whatever, it's like a big stuff. It's a rocky, craggy, fucking shit ass hole. And like He-Man is not building bridges in that shit. He's building dragon walkers. Like a really inefficient device for him to cover crag. He's not helping anyone get fucking a market.
No, he's not. He's no one's friend.
Yeah.
But I mean, like.
And he's like, look, it's a fucking. The people he hangs out with, like, are Ram Man, Man at Arms. He's He-Man. Like he ends up with the fucking meathead shitheads. And Skeletor is hanging out with like a dude's hanging out in the swamp, a guy who likes animals, plant guy.
He's an
a
eco-friendly team.
Yeah, he's trying to restore the fucking environment of Eternia, and He-Man is propagating against him. That's what we're watching. Is some fucking anti-Skeletor propaganda.
I love it.
Skeletor's got a better plan for Eternia.
All right, we're gonna end that on this. This is clearly being titled "Skeletor, Environmental Activist of Eternia."
Right.
And I'm all on board on that. Him, Merman, Beastman, you know, Trapjaw is about disability rights. You know, Triclops is a hunter. You know, all they want to do is just make the world a better place.
Yeah, and He-Man's just a military-industrial complex.
He-Man, you know, he's a fucking prince. You know, his dad's the king. I mean, talk about fucking Trump right there, right?
Yeah. Power swords.
Yeah, he's fucking Donald Trump Jr. Fucking Ram Man's Eric Trump. Not too fucking intelligent, but good at heart. And Ram Man's not trying to make the world worse.
No, but he's got a singular thing about him.
He just doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's just there. He's like, I just want to hit things in my head.
Going,
That's not a quality you want with your attorney. Hey, who's the dumbest guy we can find? Bring him in. What's he gonna do? He'll be our attorney. I love it. All right. On that note, we're gonna get some food, and it's a short podcast to start things off for tonight. So keep in mind, kids. Skeletor, environmental activist Eternia, and you can find more crazy theories at Crash Ryan on Twitter, and find me DougXComedy.com.